This is a video about the hidden psyche of the millennials. This is an age group born between 1981 to 1996. And when I mean hidden psyche, I mean what is in your mind that you hide from yourself or you hide from others, or what is in your thinking that you hide from yourself that you hide from others as well. Now, what did the millennials go through? I can speak for myself. I'm a millennial myself. We went through a lot of change, so it made us very adaptable, and at the same time it made us used to a lot of disappointment because we went through a lot of change. So change is a big thing with millennials. We went through a change very rapidly. So one challenge that millennials face within their hidden psyche is broken promises. Growing up, we were promised material wealth, right? I'll get to how we got there, but we were promised to material wealth. We wanted to be like our parents. We wanted to be like our caregivers. We wanted to be like the boomers. We saw the boomers success, and we said we could emulate that success and even more. In fact, most of us, some of us, were encouraged by the boomers to follow that material success, follow that material wealth. But at the end, when we tried to chase that material wealth, we didn't see the material wealth that we saw with the baby boomers. We didn't see the material wealth of our caregivers. Another thing that's hidden in our psyche, hidden in our millennial psyche, is that we felt like we were guaranteed something, and it never came. So we had some lost guarantees where we were told, especially by the baby boomers, that and by the system specifically, if you follow the system you will be fulfilled. If you follow the system, if you went to school and you graduated and you did the right thing and bought a house, or get a mortgage, right, get a car, get a husband or a wife, that you'll be deemed as successful. And the effects are still felt today, as some of us, even me myself, sometimes we feel like our adulthood is delayed, like we're always chasing our adulthood. We don't feel as adequate in our eyes, in the eyes of specifically people that are in their adulthood, specifically baby boomers. Because at the end of the day, we end up comparing ourselves not only to our peers, but we end up comparing ourselves to our caregivers who took care of us. So through all this, there's a lot of self blame. Um, we've been through a lot of broken promises and lost guarantees. So there's a lot of self burden, unconscious self burden on ourselves, that we sometimes lash out on the external world sometimes. But that's only because we feel this burden within us that we didn't fulfill ourselves. So even continuing on till today, most of us feel like we're always catching up to something. We're always catching up to some sort of thing we need to catch up on. We need to catch up on our adulthood. We need to catch up on getting some sort of material wealth that we missed out on. Now, here's another big one, which is performative authenticity. Something that we gone through. I think a lot of us went through during the 2000s. I'm a late millennial, so the 2000s was a big thing for me. So it was very, very loud in terms of fashion, very loud in terms of music, very loud in terms of a lot of things. And like I said, there was a lot of change. So there's a lot of um, technological tech, technological change. There's a lot of different technologies coming out so very quickly, probably as fast as today, if not faster. So it's always it was always a time of catching up. You had to catch up to what people were doing, what people were acquiring. So at that time, you were your material wealth, you were your labels, you were your brands. That's who you were. You were what you were labeling yourself as, or what you were branding yourself as. I felt like millennials grew up in a time period where they grew up in two major timelines, where there was a minimalist timeline and there was a maximalist timeline. The minimalist timeline was where things were slow, things were quiet, things were much more subtle, things were much more minimalist, and we didn't have the need to push for material things. We just were happy with what we had. We were happy with our family. We were happy with our friends. And then the second part, which was the maximalist timeline, the maximalist age, which what I call it, is where we were very much looking for validation from our friends, from our family, and other people through material wealth, through material things. My next video will be the hidden psyche of the Gen X generation.